As per your request, I'm doing a fight breakdown on my professional debut. This is my first time doing a fight breakdown, so we'll see how it goes. If it's terrible, I am sorry. Here we go. So this is my opponent, Federica De Filippo. I Oh man, I'm ripped. I love watching this intro because I was actually more relaxed here going into this fight than I think any of my previous ones. Yes, I was so in the moment. I can't hear anyone else. I'm not paying attention to anything else going on. I'm just there. I'm present and I'm ready. I had this is my seventh fight at this point, so I was getting really used to the pressure of the cage, if you will, and I love it. It's my home. I step in there, and that's my cage. I own it. So here we go. We go out. I was ready for a fast start. I was ready for anything because she's very clearly a tenacious opponent.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Just measuring
Just
each other.
To feel her out, feel the distance.
Nice right hand by Payne. Followed by a low kick there.
Really prepared to work my angles because I know she comes forward hard and heavy when she does.
Came to the cage in a bundle of energy. I'm hoping you make your ring walk somewhat akin to the way she did. I will buy the pay-per-view stream just for that.
I'm not sure anyone else will.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, wow.
I love that moment.
Slip the spinning back fist and counter with a straight right.
And that counter.
Yeah,
at the time, I barely even
looks like
remember
she's got
what was
a little
happening.
bit of range on.
It all just is so fast.
De Filippo, she wants to use the
we're moving at such
straight
a quick
techniques.
pace.
Yeah, and keeping a very tight guard.
I was really focusing on my footwork.
Very, very
so
disciplined.
So that she never really had a chance to get in.
Filippo a little
and
bit
looser. Heavy just like that. I didn't want to give her that opportunity because when she did, I knew that this is what would happen.
Making it a little bit ugly,
but obviously she got in there anyway. I could feel she clearly knew that I was strong with my double unders, and she'd been working her hip tosses and was ready to take advantage of that. We worked the defense to this guillotine in the back room right before the fight. One of my coaches was like, okay, here's how, let's refresh over this guillotine defense just in case we get stuck there. And it paid off.
But De Filippo just keeps coming forward.
Yeah, she can eat shots, I'll tell you what. So much respect to De Filippo. Whatever you land, however hard, she eats it and she keeps coming forward. You never know that it hits. This moment, I get asked this a lot. I slipped. But it doesn't matter because we went down. I worked my way back up.
To the body.
That was fine. Finally got my double unders. It didn't matter.
Stand aggressive.
There we go. I managed to
Turned
turn her
into
onto
the cage now by
pressure. I knew I needed to do some damage, turn things around, and keep the pressure on. So there, again, she'd clearly been working the hip tosses. At that point, I could have fought for the top, but I'm so comfortable on the bottom. You can see I'm going to throw up triangles right there, which I think is why she backed off and got out of my guard right away. Because if she'd been watching my previous fight, she knew that I'm pretty comfortable on the ground. So instead of trying to fight and struggle for top position, I slid straight to the bottom to go to throw up those triangles, and she just got out of there.
Powerful right hand and an uppercut.
Every time something lands on De Filippo, she just keeps coming forward.
Yeah, she's tenacious.
Oh, wow. Amazing flurries. I mean, Lindsay Payne is landing really hard shots, but De Filippo just doesn't respect them at all.
Nah, just keeps coming forward.
Wow, nice left hook in tight. Oh, another big right hand.
She's a good striker. I really enjoyed this fight. It was such a good one.
Like a Jessica Andrade.
There, again, I go for double unders, and she immediately tries to turn it into a hip toss. I'm sure that they've worked that.
But a little bit in the bottom position there.
This was so nice. Just going to pause it there for a second. I'll try not to pause it too much, or this will get really long. Yeah, I've worked with some different people on judo moves, so even though it's not my strength, I can feel when it's happening. And so as soon as she was going for those, I knew, like, get my hips lower, keep myself around, and I was, clearly she'd worked her defense there, but it was nice to be able to take her down anyway. And then when we got to the ground, I was actually really pleased that my instincts kicked in and I was able to drop elbows right away, because this was my first fight being able to actually use elbows. And I only had like 2 or 3 months notice at the point that we decided to turn pro, or that I would turn pro. And so I only had a small period of time to start training and working elbows into my game, but because I hadn't really been training them much before that. And when you get to a fight, oftentimes you just revert to your instincts. So I was really, really pleased that like how quickly I was able to like work those in as soon as we hit the ground. I also landed one on the feet, but yeah, not too many there. Anyway.
Elbows.
I'm just working to control top position right now. Make sure that she can't use the cage to work her way back up. Getting my grapevines in. That's my feet in, around her ankles. For those of you who don't know. Trying to just control her on the ground and drop elbows and land some damage. She didn't like those elbows and the damage, so she turned over, took her back. Which, fair enough. I've won multiple fights from that top TKO ground and pound position, so I'm sure she didn't want to hang out there. But I'm really, really comfortable on the back, so that was all fine with me. I'm a runner. I've got strong legs. I can keep my hooks in for days. And we'll see that here in the rest of this fight. So as soon as I had her back, I was happy, and I knew that this was my place. Having said that, I am a little disappointed that I never did get that finish with a rear naked choke. I spent so much time on her back, and I never did get it. But she did a great job defending here. Yeah, see, I'm just switching my body lock back and forth from one side to the other, which is a very efficient way to keep hold. But I'll tell you what, my legs were tired after this. So at this point, the rear naked choke wasn't there, so I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can so that the judges see that in my favor. Even here, this was so nice. She was such a great sport. In between rounds, every time, she was like, hey, yeah, okay. Really friendly, like, help each other up kind of thing. It was great, and I love that, because when I fight, it's not a personal vendetta. I have so much respect for my opponent, and I love the sport, and she clearly is right there with that, and that was great.
It's just craziness. That's all it is, Steve. Well, we all just have a bit of a screw loose.
Funny thing about this is, I never even notice the cutmen doing anything to my face. I never feel them putting the ass on my back. I'm just so zoned in on what my coach, what Mark is saying, that I don't even notice anyone there, putting Vaseline on me or whatever it is they're doing. I remember I was tired after that round. I was a lot more tired than I expected. She really made me work when I had her on the back, my legs were tired. And so are my arms from like fighting for that control. But I mean, that's part of the sport, isn't it? You just keep going anyway. There's my teammates in the back. There's Amelius and Jen back there. Reese. Okay, we're going again.
Prospect. Both these young ladies making their pro debuts.
Oh,
good shot.
Jab there.
At this point, I'm doing the same thing. I'm looking to keep my distance, use my footwork, make her kind of chase me down, keep her frustrated. Land my shots when I can, and I was looking to try and get a takedown in this round. Something open play, because clearly she had her cage wall defense shored up.
In a fight like this, you do have to be bullish and basically just continue. You're gonna eat a shot or two on the way in. Yeah, nice left hook there. But yeah, you just
still
stay at
looking to read her. Wait for my moments. I felt confident at this point that I could stand with her well, and so I wasn't in a rush. I was taking my time, picking my shots, working the things that I've been practicing, and just waiting for my moments.
They're totally different frames and different styles.
See, even there, she comes in hard and heavy
Different things are going to work
as soon as she gets that chance. So that was great timing. I went in for a single leg just as she threw a kick. I'm going to pause it there again for a second. I went in for the single leg just as she threw the kick, and that was beautiful timing. Scooped that up, and then immediately she was down, and my hooks were straight in. I saw that opportunity, and I wasn't going to lose it for a moment. And so here we go. I just clung to her.
To clear the hooks now.
and flattened her out, sprawl my hips forward, and just do some damage. She keeps her chin nice and tucked, so it's not easy to get under there for that rear naked choke, but this is MMA, so it doesn't matter. Just do some damage and make her feel it. So I'm telling you, when you're the person on the front there, it is very uncomfortable. It is not a nice place to be.
She's over the jaw.
So here I was really careful this whole time not to cross my ankles, because for any of you that know, if you cross your ankles in this position, she's trying to put her legs over my feet there, because if my ankles were locked, she could potentially submit me there. So I was really intentional about that.
Really not good.
Also, her team was telling her to roll this way or that depending on which side my body lock was on, because again, if she gets down to the side, she gets onto her side where my body lock is, she can submit me there as well. And I was very conscious of that. I heard her team talking about that, so the second she rolled to one side, I would switch my body lock to the other, and round we went. She was really strong in the hand fighting here, and so again, I had a hard time getting that choke in, so I just focused on damage, landing little elbows here and there where I could.
Wow, it's a loose body triangle, but it's there if she wants
I
it.
kept my body lock in, and then my underneath foot extended out. Yeah, flatten her out there. Chip away with those elbows.
Just hammering right on the ear.
I've got a ground and pound bag at home. I've been working that real hard.
Oh, it's hard to see.
And I just kept rolling with her. I knew that wherever she went, I was going with her. She did a great job there, again getting her chin under so that I couldn't quite get my arm around her chin.
Again, more time to work. And again, uses that little elbow.
Yeah,
That's fine, just more elbows chipping away.
Coming in at sort of between the temple and the ear, just a nasty little shot.
I was trying there to reach under, see if I could grab her arm and flatten her out again, but she was aware of that, so instead I just got a hook and round we went again. See, I'm switching the body lock from one side to the other as I go. And then using that outside foot there to stretch out her leg so that she can't do what she wants to with her hips. That's a lot more exhausting than it looks, and I'm really glad I've got runner's legs there, because that was that worked my calves. Just stretching her out there and holding that.
Fighting somebody on your back.
Oh yeah, and particularly with the body triangle, again, because it's such a strong mechanical lock, you're basically expending no energy to stay on their back.
Damage, just locking my legs in, waiting for her to go. This part right here, if you watch carefully, she pulls me up and over. I've got a little smile on my face. I'm having so much fun at this point. I knew this round was mine. I knew she wasn't going anywhere. Even if I couldn't finish her, I know that she was mine. So you can watch here. See that little smile on my face? I took a minute there. I was just watching her struggle and just having fun.
Keep working, keep this position.
Just watching her work, thinking, nah, you're not going anywhere.
And again, gonna try.
This is mine. This was my round, and I knew it.
30 seconds left in this round.
This was a fun fight.
Pain maintains this. It's
here, for a split second, I thought she was going to lose me, but then I knew I had it. I've got those hooks in deep, and I had my over-unders with my arms, so I knew that she was too tired. She couldn't shake me off the top, and I was just going to pull her down again. I heard her corner saying to shake her off the top, and I just smiled to myself, thinking, nah, we're not going anywhere. See, again, helps me up right there, hugging a pat. She's amazing. So good.
Yeah, but I mean, look,
we got a great picture together afterwards. We chatted and everything. We chatted before, we chatted after. It was great. That's like the kind of sportsmanship that I love. So at this point, we're coming into my third round. My legs, as we're standing there, I'm realizing that my legs are shattered. I told my coach, I said my legs are like Jell-O. But for those of you who don't know, in America, Jell-O is not the same as... In England, Jell-O is called jelly. So one of my coaches was like, I went back to the corner. I had to look up what Jell-O was. So he didn't know what I was talking about when I said my legs are Jell-O. And he's like, oh, jelly. Her legs are jelly. So there's a bit of a British-American translation issue there. Anyway, my legs were like Jell-O or jelly. And I was walking out here, just trying to stay steady on my legs and not letting her see the wobble that were in them from having kept her in a body lock with my legs for nearly 2 rounds straight. I was actually shattered. So at this point, I'm walking a lot heavier on my legs and just trying to keep moving so that and stay steady on my feet. So I'm a lot slower off in this round, just waiting to recover, trying to buy time and get my legs to work. At some point, my coach says to me here, like, okay, Lindsay, it's time to move. Like, I'd eaten a shot or two, being too slow to move. And I was like, okay, I've got to wake up. I've got to snap out of it. And I need to just go and trust that my legs are going to stay underneath me. And they did.
Yeah, she needs to, maybe it's more to do with shot selection. That she needs to throw things that dissuade.
But yeah, I definitely took my time with this one. I knew that I was up. I thought that I was up 2 rounds. Although the first round could be argued either way. Nonetheless, I felt pretty comfortable and confident, and so I took my time waiting to recover. I knew I had 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes is a good long time. Plenty of time to feel her out, get her frustrated. I knew she was, she must be as tired as I was, even if she wasn't showing it. So I just waited for my moment. That was a sloppy shot on my part, again, because I was tired. I've never been so tired.
Yeah, amazing. In this round, De Filippo is just... She's taken those teeps clean, but just her stature and her forward.
I felt good though. I could still, like, I still knew it was happening. I still had the competence. I was still sharp. I was still with it. And see there, I set up this teep really nicely. With a teep straight down the middle.
Thought she was looking change levels there.
And then I came back over the top.
Yeah, and Payne now needs to be a little...
Sorry. So something I'd been working with one of my coaches was working a teep straight down the middle, set it up, and then come back with a fake a teep, and then come back over the top with the right hand. And that landed really nicely in this round here. I was really proud of this moment. I clipped that out and I sent it to my coach. Because I've been working hard on that. So it's nice to see it pay out. So you can see she's tired. We're both tired. Neither one of us is going to give up at all, ever. That's just not how this goes. It's not in us.
To coast this round out.
But neither of us were done either.
Again, it's possible, but it's always going to be dangerous.
There. I took that moment, that kick, to get in close. And as soon as I got to this point here, as soon as I got in on those double unders and got round to the back, I knew that the round was mine. So once I get to your back, I know you're going down. I'm taking you down. And so I got hold of that. And here we go. And I just dragged her down. Got my hooks in.
One hook.
And that's when I said in my mind, it's like, yes, this is mine. We can do this all over again if we have to. Get that one hook in. Even though I only had the one hook, I've got that, there's that power half on the other side I'm using to control her. Get my other hook in.
Lovely work.
Yeah, just stand horrible.
I'm just hooking, latching myself on there. I know there's no way. I know that I can do this again. And I've already shown 2 rounds straight that she's not getting me off. Even there, she's got me nearly upside down, but I was comfortable. I was waiting.
Now I know why she
This is where the power half comes in. Use that power half to get that other hook in, to roll her over. She was fighting it really hard, to be fair. But again, I had that hook in so nice and deep, and I had so much control there. I knew I could just keep rolling her until I got my other leg round.
I mean, again, her submission defense so far is...
Again, I'm still a bit disappointed that I didn't get that rear naked choke. But credit to my opponent. She put up a great fight.
Can't see from this side, but there is a
See here, she's trying again to lift her legs up over my feet in case I've crossed my ankles, and I hadn't at this point. But in a little bit, I do get sloppy and I cross my ankles, and she caught it immediately.
Now that she's here, and
see, we're rolling. I keep my hooks in. Same thing as always. I just drag her back down.
But combining, not just striking or
go for that body lock, but it's not quite there.
To get your arm under the neck.
I thought it just doesn't matter which way.
There. She's trying. See, she's trying to hook my ankles.
Right now, Lindsey
But they're
Payne
not locked there.
just with
I
her
was
the
so
whole
intentional
way.
about that the whole round.
It looked like
Right
she
until
was
the end
trying to
here.
do the
There.
old
Cross my ankles.
Step over the cross leg.
Yeah.
The commentators mention it, and then she grabs it immediately. She was on it. And as soon as that happened, I thought, ah, no. And I thought, well, I knew there was like nearly no time left in the round. And I could feel that it was like a danger, but I thought,
Yeah, just
hopefully she doesn't break my ankles.
oh, is she under there?
But I'm not letting go. And so here we are, just like, we just paused in that position, because I didn't want to do too much and then give her the chance to you know, finish that sub. And I just wanted to do as much damage as I could while I could.
Just
And that was it.
wow, these two young ladies just
Massive
beat the tar out
respect.
of
We
one
both
another.
knew. We all knew. Everyone knew
I gotta say,
that I had it. That I
you know,
had the
we
fight.
talked
But
about it before, that even if
it's a great
fights
one.
go to decision, it's about a willingness
Yeah.
to try and finish
And
fights.
see here, my legs are absolutely shattered. I could barely stand on them. I could barely stand still.
Yeah, I'm really, really impressed by Lindsey Payne and the
Medic comes over and says, how are you feeling? You feel okay? I was like, I feel great. I feel amazing. I'm tired, but I feel great. That's my husband there with a big mustache.
She was trying. And equally, Federica De Filippo coming in
Shaking
with some
hands with the opponent.
fantastic boxing.
I gotta be. I don't think I've ever seen a fighter that it.
Here, my coach picks me up.
They do quite
I
so
can't
much.
use my legs, and he drops me. I thought I was going to fall over right then and there. I was lucky to catch myself on my legs. I could barely stand. You can watch, I've got like a wobble as I'm standing. I'm like rocking back and forth because neither of my legs are stable. But yeah, I was happy. This is my first time going to decision and winning. I'd had one other fight go to decision. It was a really good one against Krensky Fernandez, and I lost that one. All of my others have been finishes, and then this was my first time going to decision and then winning. So there you go, first fight breakdown. Hope you enjoyed.